Coming up on today's episode, I planned the perfect vacation, all of my food, where I was going to stay, how I was going to stay on target, and when I got back home, I weighed myself and weighed 10.4 pounds more than before I left. Stick around, I'm going to tell you what happened. Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey. We are a vegan, mostly whole foods family channel. I'm doing the Starch Solution, so there's some stuff about that. We like to do some DIY. We try out some different products. If you like what you hear, please hit that like button. Show us some love. And please think about subscribing and becoming part of the Plant-Based Dads family. All right, so if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm doing the Starch Solution. The Starch Solution is a way of eating where you eat high carb, low fat, and you lose weight. I've lost almost 30 pounds on it. It's kind of worked for me, and it's a really natural way to eat, so I really like it. We actually have this Facebook group, Plant-Based Dads, Starch Solution Enthusiasts. You can see a picture of it right here. If you go on Facebook and join that group, I'm the moderator, I'll let you in. We're about 1,500 members strong right now, and everyone on there is doing the Starch Solution. We're all just supporting each other. Yeah, you can do it, and posting our food and doing challenges and all that stuff. So it's a really great group of people, all with the same thing in common, wanting to make the Starch Solution work for either losing weight or just to eat healthier and live a healthier lifestyle. All right, so today's video is a little different. I wanted to put out there some of the things that I've been going through, because watching people in the group, I realized that many of us are having struggles. One of the great things about this channel is I'm not skinny talking about how I lost weight and trying to get you to buy my ebook. I'm fat right now, right? And I'm going on this journey right now. So you're watching me, go through this and be successful and struggle. And you can see in real time that this is happening. So this might be something you identify with more than, say, someone who's already thin and is just telling, oh, here's how I did it. And you know what? The weight just came off. The weight didn't just come off. The weight's not just coming off, right? It's a struggle every day, every pound, right? It's not just happening. Now, over time, there's a lot more wins than loses, but it isn't like it just fell off and it should fall off you too. All right, so today I'm going to talk about what happened on my vacation. I had planned for the plane ride, right? Not only do we have our mask and our full face shields and basically, a hoodie covering my face and all that, we were planned for COVID, right? I brought treats with us. I had packed tofu scramble wraps and potato salad. I had fruits. I had all sorts of stuff for my plane ride. So that was good. Then we get to Atlanta. I was staying at the Hyatt there, and it's like a convention center. It's a beautiful hotel, very Georgian and mansion plantation-like, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So my plan was that I would get up in the morning and go to the restaurant, the buffet they have, and I would get the oatmeal, and I would get, the soy milk or whatever, and I would get the fruit, and, I would get them to make me something, because they're usually a chef there doing his thing, and I would get them to do all that, right? Here's what happened, and this is where it started to go wrong, right? The restaurants are closed because of COVID, so now there's no food. But since breakfast does come with the stay at the Hyatt, right? They're like, no problem, here you go. And they're handing out bags, brown paper bags of breakfast, which anyone else would probably be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I understand, I understand the restaurants are closed. I totally get it. I'm not mad about that. But they're handing out bags, right? There's nothing in there for me, right? So I open my bag, and it looks like a croissant with some cheese and egg and a sausage patty or something. So I'm like, I'm a vegan. I can't eat this. Do you have? And they're like, we got bagel and cream cheese. And I'm like, is it vegan cream cheese? They're like, no, it's just cream cheese. And I'm like, yeah. Anything else? They're like, that's it. In this case, I stopped at Whole Foods, and we picked up some fruit or something. I forget what it was. And I just got something there. Then we took the 4-hour ride to the cabin. We stopped at Costco and Whole Foods, and we picked up everything I would need, because we were going to be there 5 days. My family was joining us. My sister April and her family, they were joining us, right? And we picked up everything that I would need to be successful and for everyone. So that goes off without a hitch. I am making potatoes, oven brown potatoes. I'm eating those, and everyone in the cabin, there's now, 4 adults and 3 kids, right? Lex's 2 cousins. And they're all like, "Ooh, I like potatoes, I like potatoes." All of those people started eating my potatoes. No problem. I had bags of potatoes, right? I made potato salad, I made tofu scramble, I made all of this food. These are meat eaters that are visiting us. They're eating all my food, right? No problem. I was prepared. I'm making smoothies in the morning. We're having that. I'm making pancakes off the Starch Solution. We're having that. So that worked out really well. Here's what didn't work out. After we left that, again, we had to get in the car and we drove back to Florida to see our families, mine and Tim's families. And that's kind of where this all went wrong. One of the things that really hurt my way of eating is that there was no cold water at any of these houses. These people drink soda. There's always a Pepsi. There's never Coke. It's always Pepsi. There's always orange soda because my son and their kids like orange soda. There's always something cold in 2 different refrigerators, and it's always soda. It's never water. So if you want water, you have to go and get water and bring it into the fridge so it's cold. So by the time you're ready for it, you kind of have to plan ahead so the water's cold. And there's just something about Florida where I won't drink the water with ice in it, because the ice to me in Florida just tastes horrible. It tastes like seawater. I lived there for 14 years. I never got past it. The second issue was that we just went out for every meal. I mean, it was over a holiday weekend, July 4th and all that. So we were constantly hitting restaurants, right? And in that situation, I'm doing the best I can. We're going to Mexican restaurants. I'll take the refried beans. Is there any lard in them, right? Can you have it without cheese? I'm getting a tortilla shell. I have no choice. There's oil in it. There's chips and salsa. I'm eating the chips because that's what everyone's doing. And now I'm kind of involved in this. So, I basically failed there. We were just eating out, constantly. So I was gone 2 weeks, 5 days at the cabin. The rest of that time, a week and like 2 days, we were eating out, right? The other issue is that everyone there can't have pasta, they can't have potatoes, they can't have bread, they can't have all the things that I eat, these people don't have in their homes, right? They've got plenty of bacon, they've got plenty of fat-laden items, but there's nothing with carbs. So, and I don't know how that diet works, because you wind up going out to eat because you ain't got no carbs in the house, and when you go out to eat, the one thing you have is carbs. So I don't get it. But that's what a lot of them are doing, and I was completely out of my element. So the vacation's over. We get home. I step on the scale. I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. Let me just step on the scale and see what happens. And I'm 10.4 pounds heavier than when I left. 10.4 pounds. With me losing 1.5 pounds a week at the most, I undid months of progress. And I want to say it's in 2 weeks, but it wasn't, because the cabin took up 5 days. So in a week and like 2 days, I undid months of progress. I was miserable. I was so upset. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, holy smoke, what just happened? I started hitting the Starch Solution really hard, right? It was the weekend we got back, I immediately prepped for the week of food, right? But here's the issue. It's one thing when you've got to lose 10 pounds and you're like, oh, now I've got to lose it again. I've already lost it. I have to lose it a second time. So I knew that I needed support, and I started the Facebook group. And that group has been amazing, and it's gotten me through this. People were so excited to be part of this group doing the Starch Solutions. We started challenges immediately. So today, 2.5 months after I got back, we got back on July 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there. It's September 23rd. 2.5 months, I have dropped below my vacation weight. Now, it's been a rough ride, even during the summer, because COVID's still in effect. I spent the whole summer not being able to go to the gym. I've had to walk outside, and that's another thing. Arizona in the summer, you don't want to be outside. I usually go to the gym, even for my running. I've had to walk outside at 115 degrees, 4 miles every day to stay on track to get my exercise. But, it's not going to get any better if I don't do anything. If you don't change something, nothing changes. And that's not acceptable. I wanted to show you my weight loss chart. Now, I'm going to put this on the screen. I've got it right here, but I'm going to put it on the screen. So I'm just going to look at it and read it. The weight loss chart, when you look at my weight loss chart, it is not where I started here, and it's a straight line down to today. That didn't happen. You can see the very beginning entry is when I quit Weight Watchers in July 2019. So from that moment, you can see how my weight started coming down, right? Then I get to a point where it kind of goes up a little bit and then down, and then we get to the holiday season where it goes up, but it kind of, even then levels out. I don't go crazy with it, right? And I'm still down, and then it starts going down a little bit. And then you can see March 2020 where I start the Starch Solution. And right there, it drops. And it came all the way down to like just below 170, which was somewhere around like May, June, July, right before I left, right? And then you can see summer vacation, how I undo everything that I did in the last 2 months. From that point, it starts coming down again. That's when I get back and I refocus, I start prepping my meals, I start the Facebook group, and now it starts coming down all the way down to September 24th, 2020, right? Which is the day I'm shooting this video. So the point of this is that you can see on that chart, it was a struggle the entire way. There are people who are struggling. Maybe I should just give up. What's the point? Don't give up. I can tell you that if you give up, you've lost. You're not getting anywhere. You're not going to solve anything. You're not going to change anything. And when I mean it's frustrating, I mean people are stepping on the scale and not losing weight, right? That's why I say don't weigh yourself. During those times when I weighed myself every day, I could eat the same thing, and I did for days at a time, and one day I'd be one weight. The next day, I ate the same thing the day before. I was a pound up. The next day, I was a pound and a half down. It made no sense. It had to do with not only what I ate, but did I have a bowel movement, and did I get any exercise, and did I sweat more one day than another, or did I eat too far before bed where I haven't digested it? Like, there's so much that goes into that. You just cannot look at that every day and use the scale as a measure every day of whether you're making progress or not. So when you step on the scale at the end of the week, if you lost nothing other than some bad habits, win. That's a success. That's amazing, right? Doesn't matter what the scale says. If you ate on point all week, you had better digestion, your health was better, that's a win. Don't always listen to the scale. These are called NSVs, non-scale victories, and they are just as important as what the number on the scale says. I'm going to make the future. I can't change the past, but I can absolutely rewrite my future, and that's what I'm going to do. So I had a wonderful time on vacation. I got to spend it with family. I gained 10.4 pounds. That was embarrassing, but I've now lost that a second time, right? And I'm past that now and on my way to, I've lost another few pounds, so I'm past the 25 pound mark. I'm at almost 30 pounds. I'm past that, and now I feel more energized than I ever was. All right, guys, that's our video for today. Please hit that like button. What's not to like? If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Plant-Based Dads family, and you'll get notified every time we have a new video, usually every Monday. And please, leave a comment below. Tell me about your journey. What's going on with you? Are you having success in the Starch Solution or on any of these programs? Are you in the Facebook group? If you are, then you know that we're all supporting each other and we're not gonna let you fail. If you're not in the Facebook group, what are you waiting for? If you're trying to do the Starch Solution and you want support, you need to join us. We're having a great time. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.